wondered whether and how the Lean Startup method actually works? I am Mike Leatherby, faculty member of the Industrial and Systems Engineering Department at Pontificia Universidad Católica de Chile. Jointly with my co-author Rita Catilla from Stanford University's Department of Management Science and Engineering, we provide one of the first empirical studies that helps to answer this question. And we also identify some boundary conditions regarding its applicability. During its short history, the Lean Startup method has been widely embraced by entrepreneurs, corporations, government agencies, and startup accelerators. It is essentially a learning by doing method as opposed to a learning by thinking one. It consists on 3 key steps: hypothesis formulation, hypothesis probing, and business idea convergence. When you envision a business idea, the Lean Startup method prescribes that you explicitly identify the aspects of the business idea that you are not entirely sure are accurate. Thus, you formulate hypotheses. Next, you should go talk to potential stakeholders to probe whether your hypotheses are correct, which can lead to learning about the soundness of your business idea. After that, you may converge on a given idea by either deciding you are on the right track and persevere, or that your idea is not worth pursuing and stop. The method also prescribes a path of change or pivoting, by which you decide that you want to try a different idea altogether and start the process again. We analyzed 152 I-Corps teams that actively used the Lean Startup method over an 8-week period. We found that teams that make a greater effort to probe their hypothesis are also more likely to converge on a given business idea, and in doing so, stop using the method. That is, they formulate fewer hypotheses. However, there's another channel that is not discussed much. A greater effort to talk to different stakeholders appears to inspire new venture teams about new ideas not originally considered, taking them back to the drawing board to formulate new hypotheses and continue to use the method. Now, do all teams embrace this method equally? The answer is no. When it comes to knowledge about how to best manage a business idea, teams trained in learning by thinking methods, which is the staple of MBA programs, tend to resist the use of the Lean Startup method, which is primarily a learning by doing method. However, when teams trained in learning by thinking embrace the learning by doing method, they appear to benefit more from their use. That is, business school training appears critical to interpreting the data the method generates, despite the resistance to using the method in the first place. One concrete problem our study helps address is the fact that asking customers for new business ideas, a method that the Lean Startup relies on heavily, has been tied to stagnation in organizations. Close examination of the method's assumptions and boundary conditions suggest 2 ways of avoiding this potential limitation. Formulate hypotheses in moderation and interview potential stakeholders with explicit hypotheses in mind. These steps can inspire teams about new business ideas not previously considered, elevating the Lean Startup's method status as an engine for change in organizations. Therefore, while educational programs that use case studies strengthen students' learning by thinking skills, we suggest complementing them with learning by doing skills such as bricolage, experimentation, effectuation, and the proper use of the Lean Startup method. Our research highlights a relationship between thinking and doing approaches that is new to the literature and could benefit from further study. We hope that our paper will spark interest in combining learning by doing and learning by thinking methods to build bridges between methods in practice and theory, helping improve Lean Startup and other similar methods in the future. Please feel free to reach out to me or follow us on social media.